welcome to JD Fantasy Football. It is a foggy night here in Chelsea, Alabama. I'm here joined by Jordan Cordova. What's going on, Jordan?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
It's been an amazing week in fantasy football. If you are not having fun right now, I can understand that. We're kind of in the witching hour of fantasy football. This is where wins become losses and losses become wins. Yeah, and I did lose this last weekend, licking my wounds. But it was a battle of the heavyweights. I held my own.
It really was.
In a week without Bucky Irving, and I got Christian McCaffrey. What can I say? But that's what it's all about. And you, Jordan, had the most points in the league this week.
I did. Yes, I did. And, even better, it was, it's coming at a good time for me right now, right? I made some trades again this week. So I have a new addition to my team.
Okay.
So, I am a believer in TreVeyon Henderson. Is when Rhamondre Stevens comes back, his value will go way down. So I was trying to get him try to get him off my hands while he's hot. Now it could totally kick me in the butt. This could be a complete Rico Dowdle situation where he comes out, kills it for 2 games, and then gets replaced he replaces Chuba Hubbard in those situations. But overall, he could not be that person, right? He also didn't go back-to-back 200 yards games, right? He got 5 touchdowns, which is fantastic, but so I was trying to get some value out of him before that kind of, if that did happen, then, I was at a point where I either ride or die with TreVeyon Henderson for the rest of the year, because once he has one bad game, or he has even just a 12-point game when Rhamondre Stevenson comes back, he's instantly comes from here down to here. So I'll give it to a team who's willing to take the chance on him, and I could get some good. So I got T-Mac off of that trade, who also had an amazing game this week. So I'm excited for it. Think it's going to be a good time. But yeah, it was a great week for me, as far as, George Pickens quietly. And you know what, Dave, I do want to commend you, because if CeeDee Lamb doesn't get hurt, you called at the beginning of the year that George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb would be 2 of the top 10 receivers in fantasy this year. George Pickens is number 5. It would surprise a lot of people to hear that number, but he is number 5, or the number 4 ranked position in fantasy for receivers right now. So yeah, pretty wild stuff.
Yeah. And of the 2, there have been times where Pickens has looked like the better receiver of the 2.
I think even last game, CeeDee Lamb does get into the end zone and everything like that, but there's a good connection with Dak Prescott and George Pickens right now. I mean, he got 11 targets last week, 9 receptions, 144 yards, and 1 touchdown, and he was playing like a man possessed. I mean, you could tell just in every time he got tackled, he wasn't going down easy or going out of bounds easy. He was ripping tacklers. That move that he scored the touchdown on, he pretty much left 3 jock straps on the field when he made that cut back towards the end zone. I mean, 3 Raider players just going the opposite direction while he's just like, I'll go ahead and just walk this one in for you guys. So George Pickens has looked amazing. When Cowboys have a big, it's so weird, because we have these picks, we have a lot going on, but not picks. We have these trades that we made with Williams and everything. The defense had 3 people come back, so they looked good. But yeah, it's a weird phase, because Pickens' contract ends this year. So do you spend that much money? You weren't willing to spend it for Micah, but are you willing to spend it for George Pickens? Who knows? But yeah, for this year, he has been absolutely amazing for me.
I think there was a personal element to the Micah situation, and Pickens probably doesn't have that issue with the leadership.
No, but I do have to shout out my wife. Okay. She wanted me to, she's like, today I was like, I'm not having a great day. I might not do the podcast. And she's like, no, you have to do the because I want to hear about my team doing well against Dave this week. So I do have to give a shout out to her. She had I play her this week, which is really scary, but you guys were just literally the highest scoring game, right? Like you weren't the highest scorers, but you guys had the closest highest scoring game, right? Cam was in a real nail biter, needed Brock Bowers to get him probably one more catch. He loses by 1.2 points. So he might have been more nail biter, but your guys's was back and forth and up and down and, just really crazy. And then Jake Ferguson gets that touchdown, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, this could be a heartbreaker for Lex. And that pass that he threw to, I think he threw it to CD, that was incomplete to get that touchdown. Jake Ferguson wide open in the middle of the end zone, like standing there just waiting for it. So
Ferguson still had a good week for me. I mean, look, scoring was down across the league. For whatever reason this week, I think we only had 4 or 5 teams over 100. What's most irritating for me is the number one guy in the league, Killer Cam, 90-something points this week. That's irritating.
And wins.
Yeah, and wins. Yes. So he extends his lead. He extends his lead on a week where he didn't even play that well. It's I'll give your wife her roses as well. She's put together a good roster, and the Christian McCaffrey bet that she made has certainly paid off. I had the decision, Pat Mahomes or Matt Stafford last week. I mean, I think I made the right decision, but either way,
you made the right decision.
But I wasn't getting 20 points out of those guys, and that's what I needed. So that was a tough one last week.
Yeah,
but maybe that's
and Travis Kelce actually shows up this week and puts down 24 points. So
she's got a good team, man. I've got a good team too. I scored what I was projected. So I just got to be happy with how your team. I have confidence going forward that things are. I mean, me, her, and Killer Cam, top 3 in the league right now.
Yeah, and if your team does 130 and you're considering maybe it was a bad week, I think you have a pretty good squad, right? Like you just faced someone who got 134. You just faced one of the, literally me or Lex were the only teams that you had to face to lose this week.
Yeah, but you just got to play the team in front of you, and that's how this league works. So, yeah.
No, it was a fun week though this week. I loved every bit of it. It's getting exciting. I am now officially in the 30% making the playoffs. Okay. So it's getting real exciting here. All right. Listen, I got Lex this week, Tay next week, Daniel the week after. Right.
Okay.
Daniel has Killer Cam, you, and then me. Okay. So do I think my record can be one? Or I gotta beat him at the last game, and then he loses. If I can win out, if he loses to both of you, then it's going to be exciting. But if he loses to one of you and I beat him in the last game, I definitely have the points on him. So it's an exciting last 3 weeks for me. I could not make the playoffs, but there is a world where I see realistically this could happen. And even though, no offense, if Skip's listening, no offense to you. I know you sent me this nice little organization chart with percentiles of how your number 4 team in the league right now, and you should be 19% chance of winning. But there is a world, Skip, where if your team slips up one more time in the next 3 weeks, I could catch you. I could catch you. I mean, mind you, you're still 100 points away, but last week he was 180 points above me, and I was like, fat chance I'm catching him in points. This week, you're only like 90. Like that number doesn't look as scary to me. In 3 weeks, I averaged 20 more points than you in 3 weeks, or 30 more points than you in 3 weeks, and bada bing, bada boom. We kick you out of the playoffs. I'm in. So there's multiple pathways for me right now to get into these playoffs. And I think it can happen. I think my team is, with McMillan kind of joining the squad, I think, I don't have Killer Cam's receivers, right? I don't have Puka and Smith and Jigba and Devontae Smith. So I can't say I'm the best receiving core, but Nico Collins starting to turn it on, back-to-back straight 20-point games. George Pickens, we just talked about, number 4 receiver in the league. McMillan is number 9. So, and he just came off a 35-point game. So, I got some dangerous receivers now. My running backs, we'll see what happens this year. But 3 weeks to go. It's getting exciting. This is the time.
Yeah, week 12. Let's look forward to week 12. Jordan, who is your boom? Who's going to knock our socks off this week?
Who is going to knock your guys' socks off this week? Well, I truly believe that this week's knock the socks off is going to be Drake May. He's been playing phenomenally in the last little bit. He plays a Bengals team that is not good at all on defense. So I see this week being a real big game for Drake May. The thing about the Bengals is that they can score. Joe Flacco can throw. Now, the Patriots defense is really good. And Joe Flacco was quiet for the most part last week, but still they can score high, which means that you're going to throw the ball still throughout the game. And, the Patriots want to throw the ball. They want to put that ball into their rookie's hand, who's playing so well, 9-2 for it. So to me, Drake May is going to have a phenomenal game this upcoming game. Obviously, you're starting him. I mean, he's one of the top 5 running back or quarterbacks in the league. So it's hard. I know it's kind of like, oh, you're saying a boom. It's like saying Bijan Robinson's going to have a great game, right? Or Christian McCaffrey. But I think he's going to be a high scorer this week.
Yeah, I hate to disagree with you, so I'm not going to. Drake May is my boom as well. And the rest of the Patriots offense, I wanted to add on Hunter Henry, who had a bounce back week this last week. He's going to do fine again. And Stephon Diggs. Drake May, he threw off the criticism this week from Cam Newton, who said that his schedule, what did he call him? What did he say? Anyway, he basically said he was fake because the schedule was easy. But you can only play the teams in front of you. And he has looked fantastic, and the Bengals are garbage. So, yeah, I have Drake May and tack on Hunter Henry and Stephon Diggs this week. If you've got them, play them. Get excited. You're going to boom this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's your bust? Come on, man. Let's go 2 for 2.
I was trying to ride the wave of the Seattle wave, right? Like, don't play any running back against Seattle. But I kind of went away from that because just don't play anyone from Tennessee, period. Right. Like I could just, we could talk about any of those people on any given day and say, don't play them. Right. So I'm going to stay away from that. I'm going to stay away from that this week. Mine is going to come to a surprise, and this might literally bite me in the butt on clips once this year happens, because I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with me, right? He's coming off his best performance of the year, which is saying a lot for him because he's a great person. He single-handedly took Skip down this week, and Skip now knows what it's like to be Josh Allen. Now, with that being said, they play Houston. He has been vulnerable to some games where he's not scoring out of his mind. Now, right, is by a bust, do I say that his bust is going to be like 6 points? No, but I think what you expect and what I want to get out of a guy like him is you want to get at least 18 points, right? 16 points. I think he'll score like a 12-point game or 12, 13-point game this week. I don't think he's going to do very, very well. I think Houston this is going to be, they have Davis Mills playing this week. So it's going to be, it could be a low scoring game, but I don't see Josh Allen having a great game against this Houston defense. And I'm kind of just trying to, rage bait some people too, Josh Allen. I think he's going to be a bad one I think he would be, I'm not saying you're not playing him. I'm just saying that I think he's going to get you like 13 points, 12 points this week.
He's busted once this year, and a bust for him on ESPN, at least our league, is 12.7 points, so it's just right where you had him.
Mm-hmm.
And he scored 11 points in the week that he busted. So
yeah, and he had 10 points against the Jets, right? Like he's had 2 games below that this week or this year.
Oh yeah, the Jets.
Yeah, and he's been stellar. I don't think he's going to have to throw as much. I think James Cook could potentially be a pretty decent play in this game, but I think Josh Allen's going to have a rough time.
Yeah, Skip goes up against Josh.
Yeah.
It's the Bears are going up against Josh Allen. Oh, you said, oh, I see what you're saying.
Last week, Josh Allen put 50 down on Skip.
Man,
And that was
that got me in the playoffs last year. I got Josh Allen. It was tough.
Yeah, I got Josh Allen in the playoffs last year by Skip. He put down like 45 and I ended up losing that game.
Brutal.
So Skip only scored 77. So Josh Allen alone was 27 points away from beating Skip on him by himself last week.
Okay.
But Josh Allen is my bust this week.
So, okay. I'm going to tread lightly here because this is not going to be good. But my bust this week is going to be Javonte Williams up against the Eagles. I think it's going to be a physical game. I think it's going to be. Actually, I didn't check and see where they were playing. Is this at home for you guys?
No,
No, it's in Philly.
I think it's in Philly.
No. It's hold on. They're at home, so this is in the Dome. It's not a bad weather game.
No.
So I think both teams are going to air it out. But I mean, look at the totals of points for opponent teams the last couple weeks. That being said, I had Gibbs against the Eagles last week. He got me 20 points and didn't get in the end zone. Josh Jacobs did okay against the Eagles the week before. So there is a recipe for Javonte Williams. The problem that I have is that I think the Eagles are going to want to stop the running game of the Dallas Cowboys and man up. I think they'll do a better job in one-on-one coverage against those guys to at least speed up the clock on Dak Prescott. So I think that's a recipe for Javonte Williams to do poorly this week. What is he projected for?
That's Tays. Javonte is projected 14.9.
Yeah, and his bust is probably 9 points.
8.5, yeah, 9 points.
Man, that's gonna be tough. But I'm gonna call it. I think Javonte is gonna have a tough day. Honorable mention is gonna be Davis Mills. I think Houston's gonna have a rough week, and I'm not trying to put bad juju on your Nico Collins, Jordan, but I think Davis Mills is gonna struggle this week too. Honorable mention.
Ooh. I think Nico Collins is going for 30. So
that's funny. All right, sleeper. So my sleeper is Mason Rudolph. He came in for a couple minutes against last week, and he looked good. And they've got the Bears this week, so there's no way he's not on your waiver wire. You can pick up Mason Rudolph this week if you're a quarterback struggling. If you've got Davis Mills, you can pick up Mason Rudolph. I think they're going to score plenty against the Bears, and he looked like he had a good connection with everybody pretty quick. So maybe watch something. And the other sleeper just to watch for is Emmanuel Wilson for the Packers. I will be at that game, headed to Lambeau this weekend.
Let's go.
Yeah. So Josh Jacobs, just a bruised knee. So LaFleur said it was just pain tolerance. And yes, Emmanuel Wilson, if he ends up being the starter, they will run the damn ball against the Vikings. Vikings have a good secondary, so they're going to have to run the ball to win. With me in the stands, dragging the wife and kids up there, we're going to tear it up.
Yeah, love that. That's going to be fun. I agree with you, Emmanuel Wilson. If Josh Jacobs doesn't play, Emmanuel Wilson has been phenomenal in the opportunities that he's gotten. So I think he'll be. But my sleeper this week, it's going to be Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy could have a good. He's projected for 9.8 points this week.
What?
Do I think he can get a boom? He could. Yeah. I think Shedeur Sanders is coming and starting. He did bring a new life. And mind you, was he accurate? No. But get the guy a full week of preparation, not be thrown in a game, right? I think they have a game plan for him. But I think Las Vegas also just got thrown on. Like the Cowboys put up a ton of points on them in a week that the Cowboys have had back-to-back struggling weeks offensively. And so the Raiders defense isn't great. If he's projected for 9.8, I think he can get 15. I think he rolls into the end zone. And I think, over the last 2 weeks, he's been, pretty well targeted. I mean, mind you, accuracy is a big thing, but I mean, he got 7 targets last week. He only got 21 yards. So last week wasn't a great week, but the week before he got 12 targets, got 76 catches for 78 yards. So I think he could have a similar game like that. And especially, if Shedeur can bring a little bit more energy to the game, then I think that will. I think he will be a sleeper this week.
That's interesting. I mean, I would have pushed back on you a little harder prior to watching the Dallas Cowboys carve up the Raiders, because the Raiders haven't given up many touchdowns through the air this season. They've been pretty good, but last week they got torn up. So,
Yeah.
but again, okay, Shedeur Sanders, he came in, he did not look good. So he better be putting the work in this week. So they were talking to, just listen to some analysis, have some patience with him, but first notes looks like he did in college, holding on to the ball too long, things like that. And look, Mason Crosby's coming across that line. He'll get 3 defensive offsides just trying to get to Shedeur. He is ready for this game. So
I agree with you, but I mean,
figure out this week.
Did Dylan Gabriel not get sacked any less times than what Shedeur Sanders?
But he can get it out quicker than Shedeur, and Gabriel's more mobile.
But he still got sacked like 5, 6, 7 times a game.
Yeah, so that makes me more worried about Shedeur, who has trouble with his snap count. They can't get that right. He's got to identify protections and then figure out how to get it out to these receivers. It's something he struggled with. It was
a rough quarter.
Yeah,
right?
He's not mobile.
But he did almost lead them down to win that game. I mean, mind you, they
he's
didn't
a young
win.
Geno Smith.
Yeah. Hey, Geno Smith was good at one point to get traded, he got a contract. So, yeah, I mean, Jameis Winston's still playing in this league, and he's very much a live or die type of quarterback, right? Like,
I'm not a Shedeur Sanders hater. I just want to see it.
I know. But you are sounding a little bit like a Shedeur Sanders hater.
Did you like what you saw last week?
Absolutely not. But I haven't liked anything from Joe Flacco. Looks like a completely different quarterback on Cincinnati's team. So it's hard to judge him based off of what he looks like in Cleveland.
Right. But that's who I'm judging him off of fantasy for this week, as he still plays for Cleveland.
But there's going to be targets to,
okay,
targets to Jerry Jeudy.
Well, the good news is the Raiders look like they're in shambles. That Geno Smith's face after every play was so sad. He looks so
It's not
sad.
his fault completely either. Like, it's like you want to blame the new quarterback that just came in, right? But like, dude, Ashton Genty's averaging like 1.4 yards before touch. And dude, let's talk about, why we're on this subject. Let's talk about this for a minute.
Okay.
Listen, if I am a coach going into it, listen, and by any means, I'm glad that this game went this way, right? I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm not by any means seeing it, but just from an outside perspective, if I'm a coach going into a game and I am going to run, or I am going to play a defense that has one of the worst running defenses in the league, right? In what world at halftime have I passed the ball or run the ball a total of 3 times against the worst rushing defense in the league? I ran it 3 times in one half.
And it's Pete Carroll.
90-something% of the time in a half. That was just disgusting. Why would that ever be in your game plan? Why was that ever like, you know what? This week, let's just trust Geno. Let's just let that guy let's let him throw it all over the field right now. Let's just let him throw 40, 50 times this game.
Well, Dallas put the pressure on them early, and it probably got them out of their game plan pretty early. So,
but I mean, Dallas' first 2 possessions were nothing. Duds.
Did you turn it over the first possession?
Yeah.
Was that a fumble?
Yeah, fumble. Right. And then we didn't get it. I think we punted the second possession. So you had opportunities during this drive to run the ball. You just didn't. Like, you just straight up didn't.
I'll do better, man.
From all running.
Better.
So Geno, and on top of that, like your defensive lines, gets 1.4 yards before someone gets touched. So Geno, your problem, if you're the Raiders, your problem isn't your quarterback. It's just your offense as a whole. No number one receiver. No, like you got the running back, but no line. Then you also have a quarterback that's, aging. So
Give some credit to Deron Bland. When I saw him in pass defense, he was fantastic.
Dude, that was so Overshown's back. Williams looked amazing. I think he doubled his sacks for the whole season in that one game. I think he got 2 or 1.5 or something like that. And he had 1 with the Jets all year long. So he was getting to the quarterback. And it just looked like a new rejuvenated. We had our cornerback who we drafted, could have been a first round pick cornerback, but he tore his ACL. So he didn't play till this game. He started this game. So it just, Malik Hooker was back. Defense was missing a lot of pieces. Even Travion Diggs is still out. So do I think that this Cowboys defense is going to make a whole 180 and be the best defense in the league? No. But do I think they're the worst defense in the league when these guys are playing? No, I don't think they're the worst that they've been showing. So
just as a side note, do you think spitting is a problem in the league this year? Do you think?
How do you have 2?
Is it just the Cowboys? No, it's not. It's other people too. Like, what's up with spitting in the league this year? I don't get it.
Who else got because they get suspended right now? They're not even missing.
Jalen Ramsey.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we've had 2 this year. We've had the Jalen Carter that spit.
Yeah, Dak spit at him first.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Look at the replay. He did not.
He didn't hit him because he's a weak spitter, but he spit at him.
No.
Yeah.
If that's all it takes too, I'm spitting next to people all the fucking time. Go ahead. Let's get you ejected out of this thing.
That's when I'm glad we're not in the same room.
Okay. But and then Jamar Chase spitting on people. And that was a spit. Like, how do you watch that video and then try to say you're gonna go fight that you didn't do it? Right? Like, dude, it's obvious.
It's like George's coach when he was clapping,
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, that was awful too. I'm clapping.
Spitting's a problem this year. All right, let's do it real quick. Let's not run through the league like we normally do. Let's just kind of look at the matchups and pick a winner. I got me over Taylor this week, and that's a big win for me over the Fire division.
Yeah, I think you're going to do phenomenal this week. TreVeyon Henderson, we talked about it. Ramondre Stevenson could be back. So that could be good or bad, right? He could get 30 or he could get 8, right? So I kind of see what that is. That's up in the air. And as you said, Javonte Williams is tough. It's having a tough.
It's going to be limited, I think.
Yeah, and CeeDee Lamb, I think, is going to. Well, I don't know. Quinyon Mitchell might play on George Pickens, and CeeDee Lamb could have a decent game, but
that's what I've seen.
Johnson too.
They've normally put their number 1 guy on Pickens, and then they try to bracket CD, and he just drops the ball. So
yeah, and Josh Jacobs is trending towards not playing this week. So you caught Tay on a really good week, and that's good because you have some Cortland Sutton on bye and stuff like that. That's kind of
all right. So you against your wife. I'm gonna pick you just because I want her to lose. She's a problem. So just going to be a hater and just beat her, Jordan. Come on.
This week I have to. Like, it's do or die. But 137 is wild. I haven't seen her, like, her projections came like at the beginning of the year. It's like, oh yeah, like 118, 120, 125. And like slowly it's been like, and then like this week it's like it's at its cap, like 137.1. Right. I think I have a respectable 128.8. But it's going to really come down to some things. I think I can beat her this week. I'm pretty positive. Last 2 weeks, I'm averaging about 180. So, or 170, 165, 170 points.
One of us has to beat her. She's going to go undefeated against this podcast. So we need to get this under control.
She beat me last time. This is my second time playing her. So she beat me last time. But I'm a different team. I'm a different player, GM now.
Okay.
Our team is together. Funny thing. Trey McBride, George Pickens. Only 2 players on my team that I drafted.
Wow.
So I'm playing
Man,
a Frankenstein team here. My first round pick, gone. My second round pick, gone.
wow. Why
So
even bother drafting? Just auto that sucker.
that's what I'm gonna have to do from now on because we Frankenstein teams together.
We've got Killicam versus Finkel Einhorn. Daniel's in trouble. He's got to figure that out. I don't even know what to say. Killicam's going to wipe the floor with him.
Yeah, he's gonna get Brock Purdy, so it'll be 104. We'll probably put in probably put Ricky Pearsall in, so 114, and then a kicker, give or take 8 points, right? So he's gonna be at like 122, I bet when it's all said and done, he puts all his players in. But I mean, Killicam's a problem. Guy can't lose, has one bad week last week and still doesn't lose. So, I Killicam all the way. And I need it. Bro.
Yeah.
I need it. I need him to win, you to win. Because if I win 2, you 2 beat him, then it don't even matter about that last game.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this week we've got Cam against Caleb. I don't know if Caleb can piece it together. Cam's got a strong team. I got Stephon Diggs having a big week for the Patriots.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Caleb can piece this together, but they need it. They're tied in the same division.
Jamar Chase gets suspended this week. Glad McConkey's on bye. Debo Samuels is on bye. It's just, I mean, he's playing Andre Iosivas. I can't say his name to save my life.
Yoshivas. Yeah, he's
Yoshivas.
tight end for the Bengals.
Yeah, he's a receiver. He's not even a tight end. He just doesn't play enough. And Khalil Shakir had a bad week last week. I talked to about how I think Josh Allen's going to have a bad week this week. So Tony Pollard, Michael Wilson, like this is a makeshift team right now with all of the people on buys and suspensions, and poor guy's just a sucker for the spitting scandal that's going on this year.
Brutal. Does he have all the spitters on his team?
Not all of them. Jamar Chase, he doesn't have the Eagles defense, so.
Okay, yeah. So I got Cam winning that.
I got Cam on that. 100%.
Let's see. Let's look at Ryan versus the Bears. The Bears pulled off a win last week, right?
The Bears and Ryan pulled off a win last week.
Took advantage.
One against Cam, one against Skip.
Yeah. Who's Ryan gonna substitute in? Has he got anybody to help him?
Romeo Dobbs.
Dobbs has a chest injury, man. He's got the drops. He's pretty bad right now.
Yeah, 8 targets, 4 catches last week.
Yeah, and I mean, you couldn't put it on his hands better. 3 of those.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness. One of them was a tough catch, but
this is gonna be a rough game. Both teams got wins, so congratulations. Ryan's not out of it, but he's definitely not in it. So,
yeah,
I got the Bears winning this week. To be honest with you, I think the Bears has the better squad, even though they're playing Burden the third. They have Jalen Waddle on bye, Vidal on bye, RJ Harvey on bye, Omarion Hampton still on the IR, right? So, he has a lot of buys, but I think his team looks better to me than having to play, Chuba Hubbard's literally doesn't exist on that team anymore.
Well, and Derrick Henry against the Jets, Josh Allen against Houston. This is the week to get Ryan because those are his 1 and 2 picks, and it's gonna be a rough week, I think.
Yeah, I got the Bears winning their
Bears picking up their 3rd win of the season. Love it.
Yeah. Getting a winning streak going. Let's go, bud.
So Josh against Skip. I do have Skip winning this.
Yeah. I am going to say Josh. And only for
tell me why. See if I agree with you. Tell me why.
Why I think Josh?
Yeah.
A mixture between Bijan Robinson, Chris Olave being back, and Alec Pierce could be a huge is a deep threat all the time. So and Mason Rudolph throwing DK Metcalf.
I think that's going to be okay. I think the trouble is that Jonathan Taylor for Skip plays Kansas City, and that's going to be a problem. Justin Jefferson's coming up against my Green Bay Packers,
and he has a hard time anyways, right?
So yeah, I think Josh has a real shot. We need him to lose.
I need him to win.
You need him to win. You need him to beat Skip.
Yeah, because if he beats Skip, me and Skip have an even record 2 weeks ago.
I see.
Like, I'm not trying to pray for Skip's downfall, but if I so happen to win 3 and he loses 2 in the next 3 weeks, I mean,
I'm still going to roll the dice on Skippy. I say he wins. Man, he's got a tough go though. Tyler Warren's got to play against Kansas City.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a tough week. So there is a path for Josh to win this, but I'll take
voting
Skip
for path. If I'm betting, I'm probably saying Skip.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But I don't think it's unrealistic, right? I don't think it's unrealistic. I think it's definitely a possibility for him to pull a win out this week.
You need it, man.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All right. Well, that has been the Week 12 update for us. Tune in next week. Check our videos out on the socials. Like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys. And feel free to chat in. Send us a chat either in the chat here on the podcast here on YouTube, or just send us a message through the week. We'll get back to you when we can. But we'll see you next week. Any parting words, Jordan?
If you're last place, don't trade. If you don't have a chance in the playoffs, don't trade. Okay. Listen, you all may hate on the free agency thing. Okay. I get it, right? Y'all paid to play. Okay. I get where you guys come from. But trading with anyone who has a playoff chance as somebody who doesn't is straight sabotage. And you should probably, just don't do it. That is like, if there is any etiquette, we can at least all agree on this one thing. Do not trade with somebody above you who has a chance in the playoffs.
Jordan, I love that every week you've got some advice for the people who are having the hardest year of their lives. You're just giving them advice.
Like, just pummeled every week. Like, if you're last place and you're trading with like the third place team, yeah, I mean, there's a problem, right? Like, I don't want you in the league anymore. I don't want you here. You're suffering, and then you're going to trade with somebody who, like, come on. If you don't have a chance, if you literally, and I'm just saying like 98% chance. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're in there, like, you're like, yeah, definitely not, right? Even if you have 11% chance, you can trade. But if you have like a single-digit % chance to make the playoffs, there's no reason you should be trading right now. There's zero reason. The ball is not in your court anymore, right? You rely on people to lose, a significant amount of people to lose.
So, and I assume what you're saying is that, like, they're giving their good players up to the top people.
Yeah.
Because if you got some people at the basement of their league, but there's a punishment, they're trying to fight for their lives at the end, I say let them trade.
Yeah, I could see that. If you have a punishment, I can see you're trying not to get the punishment. At the same time, though, you drafted that crap team. Justin Jefferson trading for Justin Jefferson and you giving up like Amon-Ra St. Brown isn't going to fix your problem, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get it.
Like, yeah, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
I love it, man. I love it. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.